Good evening and welcome to the FBL REC Round 9 from Bathurst. I am James Parfitt and I'll be here guiding you through all the action and racing this evening here tonight, when we've got also joined in the booth by Michael David with me tonight, and I'll be bringing Michael in to have a chat with me. So last time out at round 8 at Zolder, John McHutchison come out your victor with Ty Kim in second and Dennis Kiriakopoulos in third place. It was an absolutely incredible evening of racing, and it's one that you can go watch back on the FBL Community YouTube channel as well, so tune in for that one. Current track length 6.14 kilometers with corners such as the cutting, the dipper and down at Forest Elbow. This is going to be one race you are not going to want to miss, and it's going to be absolutely outstanding tonight as well. So just stay tuned, because you're going to be in for an absolutely barnstorming treat here tonight, because this race is gonna be incredible. Don't forget, you have 90 minutes of racing from the Mount Panorama circuit. They've got 2 fast repairs, so they can use them, but you want to make sure that they do not use them early on, because otherwise they're going to be looking at using them later on in the race if they can. And if they run out of fast repairs, that's it. Game over. Job done. Race might be over if they go and hit the wall. So they've got to be extra careful where they use their fast repairs this evening, because trust me, if they use them too early, they're not going to have any left to do as well. So let's bring Michael into the booth with me this evening. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, James?
Not too bad at all, young sir. Not too bad at all. Bearing up under the stresses and strains of life. It's been quite a busy day for me, to be honest. I've left my house at 5:30 this morning. I travelled all about 2.5 hours away, and got to work with an amazing commentator doing some real-life go-karting at Wilton Mill karting circuit. So, yeah, it's been really good. How's your day been? What have you been up to?
Honestly, I've just been kind of preparing for today. So I got to get a couple laps in the SR8 here at the track. Did a little bit of research on the track, and honestly, I'm just really excited for today. Can't wait to start here.
Yeah, Bathurst in general is one of them extraordinary tracks. We are going into 15 minutes of lone qualifying at the moment, and we're here with Mike Bousson. Track itself, massively difficult, absolutely huge difficult track, and it starts about now. And this is where I think at the end of the day with Bathurst, mate, anything can happen, because the walls are so compact to you that if you touch it, it's game over.
It's really interesting. It's 23 turns here. It is used as a public road when it's not being raced on, but what I really find interesting is the difference between the highest and lowest points of the track. You go from, it's about 174 meters or 571 feet between the highest and lowest points, so the elevation change through here specifically on the mountain is just ridiculous. And coming down here into the dipper, right, as we see.
Yeah.
It's just such a wonderful track. Now, what I really like about this track is it has everything. It's got this long straight here on the Conrad Straight. It's just so... You have everything you need. Anything you could think of is here on this track.
I think the thing is as well is you're in a Radical, which is not the most easiest car to be driving around here at the best of times. Any more straightforward than it is driving any other car around here. It's insanely difficult, and it doesn't take a lot to get Forest Elbow wrong. And you know, the entrance into the dipper as well is insanely difficult. And when you're hurtling around at full speed, it's going to make it more difficult.
Yeah, these cars don't have any traction control on. They don't have any ABS as far as I'm aware. 380 horsepower, 1,300 pounds when they're dry. So then you add fuel and you add your driver weight to that. 2.6 liter V8 that revs to 10,500 RPMs with a 6-speed sequential transmission. It is not an easy car to learn on. But it is such a fun car to drive once you can get it down.
Absolutely. And I used to drive this car religiously, and I always found Bathurst was probably the most trickiest track ever to try and drive, and I think that's where I understand where these drivers are coming from, because this whole section is difficult, you know, and I think at the end of the day, when you look at it from Mike Busson's angle, you know, throwing it into the corners, throwing it round that long top hander of 9 and 10, before we enter into the most difficult part of the track, and we're going to hang the car to the left-hand side. We're going to lift off, start braking as straight as we possibly can, getting in through the gears, down through second. We're going to drop down the left-hander, then we're going to go right, up through into third, round the right-hander, down again on the brakes, trying to get the car straightened up. And then once we've got the stress out of the way of doing that section, we've now got a nice easy straight to bomb down.
Yeah, you say it's a nice easy straight, but it's also 1.96 kilometers or 1.1 miles, almost 1.2 miles. Yeah, this is actually leading into the chase up here, which is one of the fastest corners in the World Touring Car Championship. Drivers coming into here 248 kilometers an hour, almost 155 miles an hour, and then you come into a real quick short stop, and then you come into the final turn here at Murray's Corner. It's just it's such a demanding track and such a demanding car. We should be in for some great racing today.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have got 90 minutes of racing. Current track temp is 26 degrees centigrade. August 14th, 2022 at 4:05 in the evening. Now, as you can see, guys, it is lone qualifying this week. John McCutcheon has gone on pole on a 1:58.990. Mike Busson currently in second on a 1:59.33. Last season's champion, Nia Gluskic, he is currently on a 2:01.34. So there's a little bit of a difference in time, about 2-3 seconds currently at the moment. And I think that's what these drivers are going to be careful. I think you've kind of got to be brave with this track. You know, we can see here Niad's 2.3 seconds back. They've got to be brave, and if they're not brave, it could all go wrong anyway. And I think these guys have just got to be exceptionally brave. Grab that car by the horns and literally go for it, because there's no other way of going around Bathurst unless you're just flat out.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, this section through here is pretty much all flat out, and there's so many blind turns, and the elevation changes. You slip that rear end out, and you're going into the wall, and I mean, certain parts of this track through the mountain, if you go into the wall, you're going to block the entire road, and there's not really anything anybody can do about that. So not only do you have to be ballsy, as you say, but you have to have like an insane amount of control, and then to do it for 90 minutes straight, it's just impressive that what these guys can do in this car.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's going to be the key here tonight. It's going to be how brave are these drivers going to be? You know, we've got 15 drivers on track. They're all going to be racing down into that very tight left-hander of turn one at Ohio Corner. And then we're going to go bombing it down the straight, down to Griffin's Bend. And they've got to be brave going into Griffin's, because otherwise, if you're not going to be brave, it's going to all go wrong. And I think we're going to have to see a lot of teamwork. They don't want to be going too wide up through the mountain section. So from the cut-in right the way across down the Forest Elbow, you don't want to be going too wide, because it's just not gonna work at all for these drivers. We see Dennis Kirakopoulos currently doing a 1:59.80. So if you are here in chat, let us know, and let me know how you get on. Let me know who you think is going to win. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And don't forget to turn on the bells for notifications. 3 most important things. Just like to point out as well, we have literally just hit 100 subscribers, which is exceptional for the first season that this has been going on. And we've only got one more race left, and that is at the famous Interlagos circuit. So tune in, stay tuned for that one, because that is on the 28th of this month. And the reason it isn't next weekend is because it's little old me's birthday. I'm hitting the gentle age of 21 times 2 add 2, if you can do the math quick enough. So it'll be on the 28th of August will be the last final round in the FBL REC. So keep that date open, put it down in your calendar, and be aware that this is going to be absolutely incredible. So we're on board with Dennis now as he goes whizzing round the top part, around 9 and 10 of Skyline, before we come hurtling in to this tricky dipper section here. And I'm not going to be surprised if we see a couple of people in that wall. And, you know, that's not me putting the commentator's curse on him, Michael, in any shape or form. It's difficult.
Oh.
And
no, not at all.
They got 90 minutes to try and concentrate for that specific corner.
Yeah, I think we're going to be seeing quite a few fast repairs. As you said, each driver has 2. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of those drivers use them both up. You never know when you're going to lose that rear end on these cars. You really have to be very, very, very precise with your throttle control and your braking points. It's going to be really tight through there.
Yeah, exactly. There's no doubt at all what's going to be going on here as well. As we can see here on track is Sergeant Capella. He's hurtling through. No time currently on the board at the moment as he goes round the right-hander before he goes up through the gears. Might just touch 4th gear before he goes back down again, down into 2nd. Round the dipper we go. Let the car roll. Let it drift out wide. And now this is it. We are full speed, full throttle, all the way through, all the way down this road, all the way down this long, massive straight. 6th gear now. Going to be hurtling up to about 154 miles an hour, give or take, before they're going to be hard on the brakes for the chicane. Down at the chase, where we're going to go left. Take some of the inside curb. Just out we go. Let it drift out. Don't try and hit the outside curb. Not because you just don't really want to. And as we know, accelerating on a curb doesn't work. And especially in these cars, mate.
You got to be careful with that inside curb on Murray's corner too, and on Hell right here. That especially on Murray's corner, the last turn coming into the pit straight there. It's a very, very awkward curb on the inside there that could shoot you off into the wall very easily if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, absolutely. And without a shadow of a doubt, these drivers are, top class with this car. John McHutchison, nearly 6K. I think he's nearly out for I rating. Mike Busson's no slouch either. And at the end of the day, they all know what they've got to try and do. And that's what you don't do, as we've just watched Sergeant Capella tap a little bit of the wall there. They're all up to 6. John McHutchison, 6.5K I rating. The guy knows what he's doing. We haven't got anybody, he's got a rough idea, wouldn't you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he just set the fastest time there with a 158.259. That's 10 seconds faster than anything I was doing when I was just cruising around here. So, yeah, these guys are definitely fast. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They know. So it's going to be interesting to see. Sergeant Capella still hasn't got a time on the board. Neither is Stephen Blaze. Neither is Damien G. John McHutchison, Dennis Kiriakopoulos, Mike Busson still in the pits. Ty Kim is out on track currently as well. He's coming towards the end of his lap as he goes down into Hell Corner. On the accelerator we go, and away we go again to see what Ty Kim has done. Currently last lap 159.21, not any quicker. So we're going to have to see how he gets on and see if he can improve on that tap. Marco Tolman is also here with us this week as well in this race. So it's going to be interesting to see what Marco can do. There's no real difference in times. Ivan Bramer's got a few greens at the end of his lap, and we'll see what he comes across in, and we'll see very shortly. 2 pit stops. First pit stop, fuel and tires. Second pit stop was not compulsory to take either. What do we reckon? Is there going to be an outlandish strategy tonight? Because, they're all around about 2 minutes. So, give or take, they're all going to be ended up doing about 45 laps of this circuit. What sort of strategy would you be looking at? Are you going to stop, take fuel? Or are you going to stop, fill all the way up to the end and not take fuel on your last one? What would you do?
I think with fuel, I would stop and fill up the first time and just kind of run it out. But as far as tires go, this is such a long track with so many different intricate turns. I feel like it's going to be common enough to see a couple people going for tires twice. Honestly, I would probably try to keep as much fresh rubber as I could to get to the end. So I would take advantage of that second pit stop for sure.
Yep, and me... I don't know, it's a difficult one. I haven't driven the SR8 for for a while. To be honest with you, I haven't driven anything for a while, apart from probably the wife up the wall. That's about as much as I've probably driving as I've possibly done. But, you know, she still loves me. Been together 15 years, so congratulations to us. Clap, 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 clap. But she'll probably say at times, you know, I do drive her up the wall. So from me perspective, I think I'm going to be interested to see when we start working out on the first pit stops. Don't forget, they do only go out with a fixed amount of fuel for the first one. After that, it's a free reign on the fuel tank. As we can see, Damien G setting at a 2:01. Still no times for Mr. Capella. What is he going to do? Because he has not got a time on the board currently. He's had, it says no off tracks, right? But I can guarantee he's hit a wall. And, well,
yeah.
Yeah.
You see that damage there to that wing, the right side, the left side, all over. He must have been in the wall someplace in the mountain.
Yeah, he's just kind of hit it all over the place, isn't he, really? The problem is as well, unless it's an actual full-on hit in the wall, we don't get actual notifications of what he's done. So if he has only clipped the wall and not shown up, it won't show up as an off-track or anything here this evening. So we will try and keep you up to date with information as best we can. But obviously be aware, we are limited if they only tap this wall. It won't show up as an incident until we see damage on the car. It's a difficult timing system, but we try and keep on track of it, on top of it as much as we can. And as you know, we do try and not miss any of the action here this evening. So we will try and get everything as we see Ty Kim absolutely hurtling it through. Down through the dipper, round through into Forest Elbow now.
Kim has set, not on this run, but has set multiple purple sectors in his first lap and his second lap. But we'll see if he can get it all together in one lap here.
Not going to happen. I can say that.
Not on this one.
No, he's got 4 yellows and he's coming to the end of qualifying.
Yeah,
so he's definitely not going to get, unless he pulls a rabbit out of a hat. I can't see that there's going to be, oh, that's not going to help either. No. As he goes hurtling down towards it as he pulls in to the pits. And that is the end of qualifying here tonight for these guys. So we will bring you up the grid when we get it. So let us know if you are in chat, guys. Say hi. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you're all having a fabulous day. And let's bring you up the grid now for race 1. John McCutcheon is on pole position on a 158.259. Ty Kim, 82 hundredths behind him on a there in second. Dennis Kiriakopoulos in third. Mike Bousson fourth. David Waters fifth. Eric Hanoi sixth. Marco Tolman seventh. Graham Brown eighth. Ivan Brayman ninth. Nia Gluskic 10th. Gary Truby 11th. Sandra Capella is down in 13th place. In 12th place, sorry, David Rolliston 13th, Damien G 14th, and Stephen Place brings us out to the 15 cars on track tonight. Well, it's such a difficult one because I'm not entirely sure what we can expect from these guys, apart from that they're going to be going for action right off the bat, and I think they just got to be, I think for the first half an hour, from my perspective, is I wouldn't go after anything stupid, Michael. I think at the end of the day, I know that other people are going to end up in the wall at some point. Nobody's going to make through this race completely clean. And I think from that perspective, I think I would kind of just sit back and let people get on with it. I don't think I would chance doing anything ridiculous.
You really got to be careful on these first opening laps because, like you said, there are going to be somebody's going to end up in the wall at some point early, and you just kind of want to keep your nose clean and keep your head down and, you know, do whatever you can. This is a long race on a very tough track. You have the opportunity to kind of sit back and just pace yourself and make up positions as people make mistakes.
Right, all the cars are on the grid, guys. 90 minutes of racing, 15 cars in the SR8, live from Belfast. 4 lights is out, 5 lights is out, and we are going to be green here tonight. And at the moment, John McCutcheon has got an absolute flying start. So did Dennis Kiriakopoulos here. He's battling with Ty Kim as they go running down now, all the way down into Griffins. Ty Kim, Kiriakopoulos, Bousson, Walters, Hanoi, Tolman, Brown. Here, Hanoi is there side by side with David Walters, the man with the very few. I thought that was going to be the first one. David Walters kept it out the wall there. No incidents at the moment. A few passes. Gluskic got past Bramer. Kyriakopoulos, as we see, he's nearly got past Taikim. Taikim got it back again. Bramer passed Niad as well. So Gluskic there managed to go into 10th place, come back out, go back again. And Bramer's got that pass. So far, so good, Michael. No major incidents to talk about, but we're not at the famous dipper part of the circuit.
Oh, that was a great save going into Griffin's Bend. That corner is very tricky as we come into the skyline down to the S's, and as you said, into the dipper.
Yeah, so I think they've survived. I think this is the point. If everybody gets through this part of the circuit and survives, they may get into a groove and survive the whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to build up a nice single file procession here. So it's gonna be interesting when and where people are gonna try to attack and pass. Probably coming down this straight right here. You see a couple cars getting in a draft. Oh, got to move on the inside.
Yeah, we've seen
Blocked
Marco
off.
Tolman. Yeah, he pulled out. David Walters as well. I love the fact that we were talking about liveries and stuff in chat. David Walters has literally gone for a number, a bird, and a trading paints and a logo. That's it. That's all he's got. And he comes out and says that it's all due to weight. He doesn't want to overweigh the car with paint.
Hey, whatever works for him, I guess.
Yeah, whatever works. Whether it be true or not, I have no idea. But at the moment, it seems to be working for David Walters as he is in 6th place. He's up 1 place. David Rolliston up 1 place. No dramas on lap 1 as we go into lap 2. Lap 1 was a 2-minute lap. We expect it to come down to about 158, 159s. As they're going on throughout the race. So it's going to be even more interesting to see what we can get here tonight in regards to overtakes, because I think the thing is, if I was sat here commentating on an official, I think we can see people by now in the wall. We'll see people going too wide up through here, up through Skyline, all the way round, right the way down into the dipper section. And I think that's the thing. I think where you can trust your league drivers, you're not going to see any of that silliness, and I think that's where a lot of the accidents do happen.
I think that's kind of the beauty of league racing, is you get comfortable with who you're racing against. You start trusting them more. You're not going to have that random person just dive bombing you, trying to go too wide through the mountain. Like that's never going to work. Like it's always going to cause problems, and you're not going to see that as much. You're going to see them, being a lot safer, a lot smarter, picking and choosing where and when to overlap. It's just so much more comfortable than a regular official open lobby, kerfluffle.
You can't at times call them races. That's the thing with an open lobby official at a circuit like this, because it's just complete madness. And you do sit back, and at that point I see Bathurst with any car. I go in the car and I just sit at the back of the grid and start from the pits, because I can guarantee somebody's going to go and stack it on turn 1, and it will be like a parking lot right in the middle of the mountain.
I wonder sometimes with the official lobbies if these people should be playing Wreckfest instead of iRacing.
Sometimes you do wonder, but as per, it is iRacing's policy. Free reign for everyone, they turn around and say, and we go, okay, that's cool, and then before you know it, it's all going a little bit wrong. So here we are on lap 3. We've got 1:26 remaining on the clock, so that's an hour and 26 minutes. And at the moment, we've got Dennis Kyriakopoulos being chased down by Buson. David Walters is chasing down Eric Hanoi and trying hard. Graham Brown, Nia Gluskic, Gary Truby, all in the mix as well. Hanoi is basically got David Walters less than 2 tenths right behind him currently at the moment, as these guys go whizzing up through the mountain section now, as we look back on the gearbox of Eric Hanoi onto the front end of David Walters, and this is where we're going to see how hard Walters is working. Oh! Oh,
real close there.
yeah, he carried a little bit more than he wanted. Managed to get the car stop in time. Let's have a look back and see how he copes with Forest Elbow at the bottom. Makes it round. Now, this is where I expect these guys going to be closing in. I think this draft is going to play huge. Currently, Hanoi and Busan, Hanoi and Walters is down to 3 tenths. 2 tenths, 2.5 tenths. We just hit it. Going all the way down now. We're just flat 2 at the moment. Under there, going all the way in. We're 15 tenths, you know, oh. And I think this is where most of the overtakes are going to take, going into that chicane, because I think that's just going to play a huge part this evening. Once these guys get past the initial settling down, getting their rhythms, getting, you know, trying to keep the car on the track is a big start up through the mountain. You know what I mean? You're gonna really need a great exit out of Forest Elbow to make an overpass happen. You see him, if he hadn't made that mistake coming down into the dipper there, he might have had a chance. But that mistake definitely cost him a few tenths there. He was able to pick back up, as you say, on the draft. And you see he's picking back up on the draft here, coming into Griffin's Bend. See if he can take the inside. Not far enough. No, he stuck his nose out, didn't he? And just kind of let him know that it was there.
Half of it might be a mind game coming through the mountain. It works.
Anything that works, but I'm not expecting to see any silly 2 wides going up through here. And you know, the fact that we've gone 4 laps is already 4 laps longer than an official car park that we could have had if, you know, we're not in an absolute top-class league as we are currently as well. Dennis Kyrgiopoulos has got the Englishman of Busan climbing up behind him currently at the moment. I think these guys are going to be going at it hammer and tong. John McGutcherson's gap at the moment 2 seconds out to Tai Kim. And then we've got Mr. Kyrgiopoulos 1.6 back. And Busan is under 3 tenths. 0.38, 3.4 is coming down like an absolute banshee. See it on the left-hand side there, 2 tenths already. Down below 2 now, we're at 0.15. 1.2, 0.0. Is this going to be Busan's opportunity? He's not. Is this going to be Hanoi and Walters, though? Oh, Walters takes him round the outside for Eric Hanoi. And that is David Walters up into 5th place. A brave man to take that round the outside. But that's where we go back to trust, because he's trusted Eric Hanoi to tighten up that chicane and give him room.
He really had to make a pass there in order to keep going. It looks like he's got the pace on him. You're right. It helps that you can trust that that other driver to make that move happen, to give you that space.
Ivan Bramer, turn 1. Took the curb.
Snap of road spin.
Yeah, he looked like he just took the corner a little bit too fast, tried to stop the car, and then ended up doing the damage he has got. He's obviously confident he can keep going until he really needs to. He really wants to go till about 25 to 30 minutes in, if he can, on this current setup of car. And that's not going to be the most comfortablest car to drive currently, as he pulls it over there, as he's got steering on the right-hand side. Don't forget, he was past the pit lane, so he cannot go in. Currently, at the moment, there's only one other car behind him, and that's Damien G. Oh, he wants to get that car back to the pits. I think that's his plan, to go in.
He's struggling pretty mightily with that car.
He needs to get it back to the pits. He needs to get that repaired. Going to be his first fast repair, though. He's only got one more. So he's not going to really want to go and try and look and do that again, as we'll keep an eye on what the steering is doing on the right hand side. You can see it's about 25 degrees to the northeast.
Looks like Busan just got by Kyrgiopoulos up in the 3rd.
Yep, so there is Mike Busan. Again, we'll bring you how this happened, but I got a funny feeling it was down on the chicane. We saw him close up last time, didn't quite get close enough that lap. Again, outside line. Kyrgiopoulos there hugs the inside. Oh, and then kind of well, it's kind of already job dusted and done there, isn't it, before they've even got to the corner. Buson makes it through, no problems at all. So that's Mike Buson, +1 up into 3rd place now. And poor Kiriakopoulos has got the ever-looming David Walters in the lightweight Radical due to no livery. As we can see, Niad here chasing down Graham Brown as well. Ivan did go into the pits. Looks like Graham's had a knock of the wall at some point with that bent wing on the back of the car. Clearly, though, again, Michael, he clearly feels comfortable, Graham Brown. So we can have a quick look and see.
It looks like he's not really struggling too much with control through these tight sectors. I wonder if that's hurting him down the straight, though. He's losing top end because of that.
Well,
yeah, I do believe.
Yeah, topping out 154. You know, Marco Tolman's only gone quicker on a 161, few 160s. But then again, we're looking at a car that can rely heavily on draft. So if Marco Tolman's been towed down the straight, he's going to get that top end speed over the other cars.
Yeah, 61 miles an hour. That's quite fast in these cars. So I'd be willing to put my money on the fact that he got towed for that. As we see somebody locked up coming into elbow here.
Yeah, Gary Truby. Gary Truby. This is a battle for 9th place between Gary Truby, David Rollison, and Stephen Place.
Yeah, a couple cars have a little bit of damage on their wings.
Yep. So Truby out the way for Stephen Place as well. David Rolliston is through. Sandra Capella is through. So I think Truby's on a drive to survive. But this looks like where Graham Brown may have had his little set 2 here. Oh, all on your own, young sir. The painfulness.
He's lucky to keep that out of the wall, though.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. That corner is just wide enough to get that car sliding around there, which may seem weird when you think about it, because there ain't a lot of corner there. But it is just wide enough that if you come spinning like David Rollison did, you manage to sort of avoid missing any parts of the wall as you come round. It's almost like a Tokyo Drift style, to be honest.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people kind of lose the rear end closer towards the end of after the apex. But as you say, where he was lucky he spun a little bit beforehand and a little. I'm not sure if that was. I'm not really sure what caused it there, to be honest with you. But yeah, like you said, where he spun in that turn, he had plenty of room. He was lucky to keep it out of the wall, but he was able to continue on.
Yeah, exactly. He's through and is done at the moment. Just give me 2 seconds of it's a wonderful, wonderful device pop up. I'm not quite sure what is going on with my computer currently. I spent about 20 minutes trying to sort it out before I started. Something has got a little bit peaked on and a few of the sound stuff's mixed up. But we'll sort it out, I'm sure, by the next race. So hopefully we're all coming through nice and clear, nice and loud. Well, not loud, obviously, you know, comfortable. You don't want us coming through blaring your eardrums because that's never good for anyone. But just let us know in chat if you are watching that we are coming through, everybody's through, and we're all good there as well. Rolliston now under attack from Capella. Capella's had a kind of a mixed season, and I think from his own point of view, he would say it's not necessarily been a good one. And I think, you know, it just seems that doesn't do well in the broadcasted races, but can be flying in practice. It's really a bizarre thing, as we see Rolliston there lock up, go into turn 1, carry too much speed, and that's him dropped down the order behind Graham Brown, under attack from Damien G. G there, yeah, I think he is. G for BSR gets the job done, and that's Rolliston down in 13th place. Not going to be happy with himself, I can guarantee that as well. But going back to Capella, and you know, he's had a very rough season from his standards, and you know, I think if he can have a good race here, it might propel him to have a great race in the last race of the season, because, you know, he needs that confidence boost. He needs that propel to be able to say, you know what, I can do this. I am here. You know, I've done this. I was here. I've been in the season for ages, from its birth almost. You know, and we all rely on confidence as drivers, don't we? You know, we have to be confident in what we're doing. Otherwise, it just completely goes wrong.
An unconfident driver is a driver that's not going to be able to win a race at all, let alone place. Like you said, you have to have confidence in yourself, especially with these cards. The fact that there's no driving assist, every single input that you make is so precise. It has to be so precise. You have to control and you have to be confident in your braking points. You have to be confident in your throttle control. If you lose that confidence, you're gonna be in the wall. It's especially on a track like this. You're gonna be in the wall. It's just, there's not much you can do. You have to keep that confidence going.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing. It is not only, you know, from a confidence point of view, but it's also that concentration level to be able to do it for this long. Because, you know, Rolliston overdoing it in turn one, Bramer getting it all wrong. You know, these are all experienced drivers, and you sit back and think, well, if these guys, you know, 3K plus can get it wrong, you know, me down at my little 1600, I could definitely put it in the wall. You know what I mean? Because that level that these guys have mustered and mastered almost, you would expect them, you would not expect them to do something so trivial as spin it at the back of, in the bottom of Forest Elbow.
Yeah, honestly, it's all about mental mistakes, and like you said, keeping your attention, you know, to detail at every single moment, especially like just going through the mountain on this track is just, you have to be on point with every single curve, every single turn, every elevation change. You have to be always paying attention.
Yeah, because what's the alternative? The wall.
The wall?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, these guys have got to keep it for this period of time. And, you know, they've all done endurance events. You know, they've all done things like that. As we see Stephen Place, he's battling alongside Mr. Gluskick as they're coming down now into the bottom end of the circuit. Into the chase we go. And that's Stephen Place up into 8th place. Oh, just as we were talking about this man, saying how well he's been doing, I got this funny feeling we're going to see a lockup on entry. Oh, again, he was saved by keeping it out the wall. So well done to him. But was this man saved from keeping it out of the wall as we're coming down into Forest Elbow? Yes, again. Wow, Tokyo Drift style there.
Yeah. At some point, their luck is going to run out. I can't believe they've been so clean so far.
Yeah, 2 out of 2 there. Sergio Cabela and Ivan Raymer. However, Sergio did lose the position to Graham Brown and has now dropped him down into 11th place. So we're going to keep an eye on these guys as they go battling it off. And now here on track currently here at Bathurst, 20 minutes in. Pit window 10 to 15 minutes down the line. So we are going to have to try and keep an eye on their pit windows and see how these guys get on.
That's going to be interesting. We have the lead pack coming up on Bremer and Truby here shortly, probably within the next few laps. Be interesting to see how that goes, how cleanly they're able to get around the blue flags.
I think the thing is, when you're like John McCutcheon here and you're catching traffic, a lot of this is dependent on where you catch them here at this circuit. The worst thing you don't want to do is catch a car at the mountain section, because under blue flags you can't really expect people to turn around and go, yeah, you know what, mate, I'll move over for you. It can't be expected, because that mountain section is so tricky. And I think they've kind of got to look and think, I really don't want to catch him there. you know, John has got the time to play with. Don't get me wrong. He's got a 3-second gap. He can play with his time where he catches these back markers up. Because, you know, he is that good anyway. And I think from his point of view that he wouldn't want to catch them going up through here, because that 3-second gap he could have can disappear so quickly.
It's got such smooth lines running through the mountain here. It's really impressive. That 3-second gap, like you said, that he's been able to build up here on 11 laps. As he comes down into the dipper. So smooth, so much control. It's very impressive. But like you said, he's got to be able to pick and choose, and hopefully for him, he's going to be able to do so. You know, catch these guys here on the Conrad Straight here. But if he's unlucky and he's unable to do that, that's going to give Ty Kim a chance to catch right back up to him and fight him for the lead.
Yeah.
That 3-second gap can come down real quick.
And I think from John's own experience point of view, you know, don't get me wrong, he knows what he's doing a long further along the lines than most people, you know, and he can see Ivan Bramer coming, well, the time's coming down, like, you know, it's going down faster than an elevator at Trump Towers, to be honest. It's going absolutely crazy. It's down to nearly 12.5 already. And coming again, so he knows that gap, currently his last time was at 1:58. Ivan Bramer, 2 minutes. 2 seconds a lap, so within about 5-6 laps, he's going to be on Ivan Bramer's tail. So, I guarantees, I would already, if I was him, start planning where I do really want to make this difference, because I don't want to be losing time to Ty Kim behind me.
Yeah, Ty Kim definitely just took about a 1/10 out of him on that lap. He's slowly catching him, but I wonder if that's McCutcheon planning ahead, and like you said, and getting ready to catch these back markers in the correct place.
Yeah, because if he catches him through here,
there's no place to go.
No.
There's no place. The back marker has no place to safely pull off. It's just because even if he pulls off and he comes back on the track, you got Ty Kim right behind you. Like, it's just like there's no place to go here. And if you're McCutcheon, you don't want to be brave and try it too wide through here.
No.
Ruin your race.
I love watching John steering. It's so smooth. Now, if we were looking at, say, coming into the same section with Marco Tolman, again, it's so smooth with that steering wheel.
You have to be very light-handed on these corners here.
How did your journey go around here on the SR8?
Well, to be fair, I haven't taken this track in a very long time, and I'm not super familiar with the SR8. So let's just say that I was quite a ways off. I would be the back marker to the back marker to the back marker here. I'm also my IR is not very high either, so I just love the journey. I love this track. It's so fun to drive. It makes you have to pay attention to everything you do at all moments. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not a 6K driver, so my times were nowhere near these guys. But it was a nice refresher with the car and the track. Let's leave it there.
Okay.
I didn't find the wall. I did not find the wall. I kept it clean. I will say that.
Well, there you go. We got Mike Busson is in the pits early on. He's already in. His tyres are going up, so the tyres are going on the car. Stopping about 25 minutes, a little bit earlier than I thought he was going to go, unless he's looking at dropping all the way down to the back end of the field and trying to keep the draft, just get some free air, I guess, because he was in that battle there with Dennis Kiriakopoulos. He's out before Gary Truby, and he's out before Ivan Bramer, so he's got a bit of an open air gap up to David Royston of about 10 seconds.
See how quickly that gap comes down now.
Oh yeah, you're not expecting it to stay out at 10 for long. Any more than I expect. Ivan Bramer is absolutely sitting in his car thinking, Jesus, in about 7 seconds already, I've got John McHutchinson closing me down when it was 2 laps ago out of 12.5 seconds.
Yeah.
From his
Definitely
point of
frustrating.
view,
I don't think this race has gone the way he was planning.
no, definitely not. And I think that, you know, that initial contact that he had early on didn't help. He's had a couple of spins dropping down into Forest Elbow as well. So anybody that didn't see Ivan Bramer's spin, this was turn 1. And he unfortunately locked the car up and didn't keep it out of the wall. So we had to go and get the damage repaired there for Ivan Bramer. So that's why Ivan is all the way down in 15th place currently. Graham Brown, Sandra Gabella still locked in their battle as they go down Conrad Straight as well. There's Damien G sitting in the background, wondering what's going to happen as these guys were going side by side. Graham Brown manages to hold on from Sandro. It looks more of a question than not if he's going to get past, it's when he's going to get past. And I think from the perspective of that is he's got turn 1 or turn 23 or 21-20 going into the chicane. Doesn't seem to be a lot of other options for Mr. Capella.
No, you really got to plan out your moves. Really think ahead of time, more so than most tracks. And you just want to avoid anything going wrong in the mountain section, first and foremost. And then from there, make sure you get a solid exit out of Forest Elbow, and keep that draft alive. Stay within a couple tenths, and that'll pull you along, and you'll be able to make your move into the chase.
That's the plan. However, the plan for John McHutchinson currently is he's got to fight off the 3-second gap of Ty Kim and another 2.5 seconds out of Ivan Bramer's time. Could be a lot quicker than I think. I said 6 laps. They're already 2-3 in, I think. So it could be lap 4 that maybe Ivan Bramer will think about getting the blue flags there. As we see Mr. David Walters up behind the back of Kiriakopoulos. Now, this seems to be a track that suits David, doesn't it? Because he got Eric Hanoi. We said he looked quicker. But now he's on the back of Kiriakopoulos. Kiriakopoulos' last time 2:01.2. David Walters 1:58.49.
Yeah, Walters has really been closing up on Kiriakopoulos. It's not taking him too many laps. He just seems very smooth, very patient, and very thought out. See him drafting here coming into Griffin's Bend.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. You know, they're going to have about 30 laps, we reckon. They're 15 minutes in. They're coming to the half-hour mark. 15 times 3, 45. Quick maths, I get it. Tap them walls, said Mateusen. Well, maybe Mateus, we'll have to see. But at the moment, we've only had 1-2 wall taps. So, you know, let's just try and keep it like that at the moment. But welcome into chat, young sir. Hope you're well. Don't forget to give the video a big old thumbs up for us. And much love to you there for jumping into the chat with us this evening. It's good to see you in. And yeah, you're just in time to enjoy a nice, good race here from David Walters. Battling hold of Sandra, trying to get hold of Sandra Capella here for round 9 from Bathurst. So let's keep an eye and see how this one goes here. Kiriakopoulos and Walters going along. Conrad Straight, the gap's closed all the way up at the moment. Here goes Walters, he's tucked up, nose behind. He's not going to make it. I don't think he'll do it this time.
Kiriakopoulos had a really, really, really good run down into coming into the Forest Bend. I would have been surprised if he was able to make that move there because, he's coming into the pits.
Yeah, another one who's dived in. Well, we said about half an hour. So we're not too, yeah, we're, you know, on the nail on the head there, us with our little crystal ball. So we're looking at times around about a minute long for Mike Bousson did a minute, and this is where Mike is currently on track. David Walters and Marco Tolman. Oh. Okay, well, that wasn't going to be. Did he actually spin it in the pit lane? Oh, Marco.
Yeah.
Oh, Marco.
That's just frustrating.
Trouble is, he wants to get that car turned around and get it in the pit lane now because it looks like he's got damage.
Yeah, he must have found the wall someplace because it doesn't look like he's got very much control of that front end.
No, but there's nowhere else really for Marco Tolman to have done that. And as we can see, Mike Buson takes, goes past Walters, goes past Tolman, and go past Capella. Walters there is on a 1:07 pit lane time currently. Still in the pits.
Coming out now.
Well, his pit lane time is going to be about 15, 16, 17, 18 seconds longer than Mike Buson.
He must have filled up on fuel.
That's like a
He
full
must be
tank, isn't
completely
it?
topped off. Yeah, he must be planning on taking it all the way to the end here with 60 minutes left, 59 minutes left. That's the only thing I could think of.
Absolutely doable. Matthias Sutton, really love Bathurst, one of the greatest tracks ever made. What do you reckon?
I can't disagree with that. It is a great track. When I was doing my research this afternoon, I heard it.
No! Cold tires, David Walters. No! What is your steering doing? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Don't tow it. Don't tow it. Oh!
How long is the tow here? Do we know?
About 2.5 minutes. Just come out of the pits. Cold tires. He knows better. Gutted for David Walters. I was going to absolutely flying along there. But we'll pick up Graham Brown here from Moving Matters. Just plodding along nicely. Doing his bit, currently in 7th place. We got people coming in to the pit. So we got all the way from Damien G upwards. So Damien G is the last man who is not currently pitted. Everybody else below, so 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, now 15th in David Walters, because it was kind of forced upon him. Have pitted, obviously this is David Walters' second one as well, so gutted for David Walters, who was doing such a fine job. Manages, this track seems to fit David, doesn't it? He was moving up through the field. He was at the back of Kyriakopoulos at one point.
Yeah, no, he was moving in, ready to take over that third position. That was just such an unlucky cold tire incident there coming out of the pits. You really got to be careful when you're coming up into that strange, wobbly cambered. It's hard to describe the cutting, the two left-handers there, because you can really ruin your race by just not paying enough attention to your throttle control there.
Yeah, exactly, and I believe that's probably what he does. Well, have a look at this corner. So you come around the right-hander, you go up the hill, and this is where it all gets a little bit bizarre here, because we go left, and you're trying to brake on an off-camber corner, straight, uphill, brake in a straight line, and the corner's going left. It's not the most easiest braking point ever, is it?
No, and the cold tires just don't want to agree with you. They look at gravity and they say, no, thank you.
Yeah. It's almost like they've touched the track and just gone, no, I'd rather be on ice.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's how they feel.
Well, yeah, we got Nia Gluskic in the pits. Gary Truby's been in and back out. David Walters is still there, currently at the moment as well. He's going to be done, and off he goes.
That wasn't as bad as it could have been.
No, but it's also not brought him out in a good place, because he is a lap down, currently behind Rolliston, Graham Brown. So he is a lap down as well. Tough, I think, for David Walters. If he has fuel to the end, there might be a silver lining here. And
yeah, he's already done his second pit stop, so
technically he doesn't need to stop again.
But with a lap down on a track this big, that's rough.
But he doesn't have to stop again.
Rough. That's it. I don't know, man. He's gonna have to put in purple laps here until the end. Karakopoulos right now is 12 seconds off the back of Ty Kim, as we see. Looks like McCutcheonson's coming into the pit lane here.
Yeah.
Ty Kim as well.
Ty Kim as well together. Oh, he entered in there with an absolute barnstormer there. Mr. Karakopoulos, what are you going to be doing? You're coming in the pits. So are you. Stephen Place is next on our list to see if he comes in. Top 4 all come in together. So we'll keep an eye on Stephen Place. Don't forget, Stephen started at the back of the grid. Currently here for Team Radline. His teammate is John McCutcheon, currently in first place. So we're going to find out shortly if Stephen Place is going to be going in. Yep. And I wouldn't be surprised if Graham Brown went in not far behind him.
David Walters coming up. He's going to be trying to get back on the lead lap here, but Ty Kim looks like he took the lead in pit lane.
Yeah, he stopped 50 phases. Well, going to be stopped a lot shorter than John McCutcheon. So John's going up for the fueling strategy at the end. There is his lap back. And if he gets out around the same time as what David Walters' first pit stop was, 1:16, John's fueled to the end. John isn't. When he pits again, he might put some tyres on, but other than that, he's done. He's fueled to the end. That's it. I can't see. He doesn't need to take fuel again.
Yeah, no, that's got to be a decision that McCutcheon made that Ty Kim's going to have to fight off. He's going to have to use the light fuel load that he has right now to. Oh! McCutcheon into the wall.
What?
Yeah, McCutcheon just went into the ball.
Oh no! Oh.
Saw it in the background there on cold tires.
David Walters. Round he goes.
Yep, same spot.
Oh.
Same. It's a little bit different. He came in too hot, but oh man, that just goes to show how tight and hard this mountain section really is.
Yeah, if he can do it, anybody can do it, mate. And the last thing you want is what is he doing in that car? He can't be running straight. Nope. Definitely not, but he doesn't want to tow that car back.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to try to feather it around the track here, try to get it into the pits, see if he's able to hold it through the dipper here. Oh, that was close, but very, very well done on a damaged car.
I tell you what, Mike Busson's got to be sat in that car like it's his absolute birthday. It is Christmas, birthday, all rolled into one here for anybody who has sit there and called John an absolute alien. The way he drives, and even aliens can make mistakes, and that's what he's done.
Now this actually might still have a silver lining, as we said before, for David. This could work out for John because he didn't tow back. He was able to keep the car and get it up there. He's going to be able to use his fast repair here, and he won't have to pit again. If he's got the fuel like we theorized, he will not have to pit again. But oh yeah, he was in and out quick.
And believe it or not, he's at the wall. He's dragged the damaged cards back to the pits, and he's still in 5th place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't write some of this.
That's not what Ty Kim wanted to see.
No. I think Ty was hoping he would drop back. And the worst thing is as well, he's only got a 48-second gap back from Ty Kim to John McCutcheon. And if McCutcheon hasn't got to stop again for the next 50 minutes, this could be
interesting.
Yeah, because another man that's fueled all the way to the end as well is Stephen Place, as has Nia Gluskit, because their time's around about 1:20 mark. We know David Walters has. So these guys have just got to go in and top up. But David Walters hasn't got to go in again because he's done 2. John McHutchison hasn't got to go in again because he's done 2 now. And if he's already fueled to the end, he hasn't got to go anywhere. So
we say that, but how well are these tires going to hold up to the end?
you can get, unless you go above an hour or more in these tires, there'd be no need for him to change them. None.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, he should be good then.
Theoretically, he's golden right about now.
Now we see Marco Tolman. He's not quite close enough to Brown this lap, but we'll see if he can get him on the next lap, or if Brown makes a mistake here into the chase.
He's got the gap coming down, but it's whether or not it's just not going to be close.
Back.
Yeah, it's just not going to be close enough, I think. Real supercars race here. Yeah, they do. And I watched a video of that, actually. Australian supercars.
The V8 supercars,
Yeah.
oh man, they sound so nice.
The only thing I did find is, and I did start chuckling when I saw it, and I probably shouldn't have done. 2 drivers went up through the first part of the mountain. So they went up through the cutting, and they were still side by side as they went round the tricky turn of 5, which I can show you now because John is literally just coming up to it here. So they went round here, and then they come here. They were still too wide. Then about here, that's where it all went wrong. One cut across the other, spun and put a supercar in, and it was complete carnage behind him. It was just like a car park.
Are we talking about the Marcos Ambrose and Greg Murphy incident?
Is that when they started fighting on top of the hill?
I believe so. It's called the race rage incident between the two of them.
Yeah.
They collided there in the cutting and basically blocked off the road.
Yeah. And then they started trying to fight each other, which I found really quite bizarre. Because if you didn't want to be in that situation, you kind of wouldn't put your car there. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm not being rude. If
these
I
are race car drivers. They're not going to back out.
Yeah, but even sensible race car drivers don't go around putting your nose in places where it doesn't belong, do you? Surely? Should you?
Holman might be a little closer this time around.
Yeah, just picked up on that. He's down 2 temps. If he can get 1.5 temps by the bridge, which he can.
He's going to be close. Yeah, he's going to be real close. There he goes, inside.
I'm not expecting Graham Brown to fight much of this. No, I didn't think I would. I think I think he knows that Tolman's got the place, so there's no point. Does that make sense? Like, he can get him on the next lap. I think Capella's going to have a go at Bramer here as well. It's same place.
He might be a little too far back, though. Just like the other battle, you're gonna have to go one more. Oh,
I thought he was
he was gonna try the inside there.
Yeah, that was mate. That wouldn't be a send. He would have sent it by FedEx if he'd trying to get it that far back. I'll tell you that much. You know what I mean? He's got some distance to travel there. But I think Graham Brown. See that when I know that I've still got 45 minutes remaining in any race, could be an ESS or anything like this. A driver passing me on lap 22 and I've still got 45 minutes remaining. I'm going to kind of be a bit more meh than I am like, oh my God, I just lost a place. I'm full panicking. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I should be more full on. I'm going to have a panic about it, but I wouldn't worry. If I was Graham Brown, I'd just be like, meh, go for it, son. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I don't think it's too, as long as you can stick with him. Now, if he starts pulling away from you and just dusting you, then yeah, that might be a little more hurtful to your psyche there. But if you're able to kind of stick with him, maybe not get your place back, but just kind of be comfortable with sticking with him, and later on in the race, it'll give you more confidence. I agree with you. I wouldn't be too worried about it at this moment.
No, he's 6 temps out. He's coming down now. He's pulling in the draft. He's only got to stay with him for a lap, barely, another lap as such. And he can get him back again. He doesn't need to be making silly overall mistakes because what's the point? You know, he's in the championship. He's got the points going, and there's no point making crazy mistakes.
And it looks like he's not losing too much time to him. So it looks like, yeah, he's right up on that bumper again within 4/10 here. I think if anything, he might have a chance to make the move, make the pass again this lap here.
Yeah. I think he's got to just stay with him through this little part. I don't think there's any need to go crazy.
Capella has just got by Bremer.
Yeah, it was kind of had a rough idea that was going to happen. That's probably down into, I can guarantee that's probably down into the chicane at the end of the straight. Oh no, down on the last corner.
Wow.
Oh no, Bremer.
Yeah, Bremer got loose there.
Run wide, didn't he? Didn't quite want to throttle it on that curve because he would have been round again. Which, from an experience point of view, he knew that already.
And it looks like, yeah, Brown is getting closer here. If you want to switch back to them,
he's got to stay here. That's the problem.
Oh, I think he got loose there. Oh, he lost it.
Yeah.
He kept it out of the wall, but he definitely lost. He's down to a second behind now. That just ruined his shot there.
Yeah, Gary Truby's chasing down David Walters currently. Does that more David Walters coming back through, I believe. Yeah, David Walters past Gary Truby. Well, this looks like it could be at the end of the straight. Job done and dusted. I think that's going to be early on as well, before they even get to under the bridge. I think the job is already going to be done from David Walters. It is. He is already in front of Gary Truby. Can't see Truby coming back at him too much. He might try and stay with him now, but I can't see him doing any silly sends. Battle for 15th and 16th, I think, from Gary Truby's point of view. I would just kind of, as we said before, trying to follow, David Walters. We know David's been quick tonight already. So I don't know if Truby's quite got the pace. I don't know if this is a track that suits Gary Truby, whereas it kind of suits David Walters. Do you know what I mean? I think David's a lot more comfortable at this track than maybe Gary Truby is. I see Marco Tolman and Graham Brown are looking at coming back together very, very shortly. Gaps out to about 7/10. There we go. Just on cue. And see what he can do. So we've got about just over 40 minutes remaining, guys, as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me know in YouTube chat what you've been up to, how your day's been. Hope you've all had a wonderful day today. Enjoyed the sunshine. I know I have. Michael's told me he has as well. So, let's hope everybody else has at the same time as we go in now. Lap 25. 40 minutes going here today at Bathurst. And we've got Ty Kim out in front currently at the moment. There is Ty there. I expect the lights to be coming on very shortly of that radical. Mike Busom currently second place. Eric Hanoi, there is Eric Hanoi there. 1.85 seconds back, and further 8 seconds down the road is Mr. Dennis Kiriakopoulos. And if you're wondering, there is John McHutchinson. Now, if you're wondering why, this would be it. Even aliens make mistakes. And John come out of the pits on fresh tyres, overcooks the car and puts it into the wall. David Walters did exactly the same thing in nearly exactly the same place. So be aware that it isn't just John McHutchinson who's put him into the wall there. David Walters did exactly the same coming out of the pit. Sorry, I had a bit of mind blank then.
That's all right. The one major key difference there between the two is Walters had the toe back, where McHutchinson was able to get it back to the pit under its own power.
Yeah, I wonder from his point of view, though, I wonder if he'll sit back and watch this race and think, could I have got it back? It didn't look like his steering was working very well. We knew that. We saw that. But I do wonder if he could have got it back.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if he was able to. It was pretty bad. I saw he was just pulling to the right and not really responding to anything that he did, any inputs to the left. So I think he was going to have to tow it.
Yeah, I think from his point of view, though, you know, 2.5 minute maybe tow. I would have taken that minute and a half to get back to the pits. If I could, of course, if you can. That's easy for me to say, though. We weren't in the car. You know what I mean?
No.
So, there we go. Mike Busson is being closed down by Eric Hannois to see one of the BSR guys there going off track. That wasn't Damien G, that was Gary Truby, gone off the side of the circuit there, as Mike Busson now has got David Walters in front of him, and Eric Hannois less than 7 tenths behind currently at the moment.
Should be in striking distance within the next lap or two, I'd say.
Yeah, I think he's got to use that toe down that back circuit. Do you know what I mean? And try and stay with Busson.
Yeah, unless Busson makes a mistake here through the mountain, I think he's going to be at least one more lap before he can get that pass made.
I think so as well, and I think that's where it's going to be interesting to see what actually happens here as we're coming into 49, give or take, minutes remaining here tonight. So stay tuned, because you're not going to want to miss all the action here. Don't forget, they've still got second pit stops to take as well. And some drivers have already done that. David Walters is one of them. John McHutchison is another. Do you think the fortunate thing is that their mistakes were straight after their pit stops?
Well, it definitely worked out in John McHutchinson's favor. He was able to keep 5th place, get in, use his fast repair, and get back out. As far as Walters go, he ended up losing that lap. So I really don't. I think it was the kind of the flip of the coin there. One of them it worked out, and one of them it really ruined their race.
I think it's going to be. Did it really ruin David Walters' race, do we think, though?
I think so. He was pushing into 3rd place. He was right on the back of Karakopoulos. He was having a great race. I think it did ruin his race. We see him up into 13th now, but he was in the top 5.
Yeah. I don't know, you know. I think I'm more of a skeptic, partly because of the fact that he's had to tow. He got his lap down, and is currently. Oh, Sergio Capella is back in the pits, and this could be a reason why Sergio Capella is in the pits again. Oh, he's already out of control. Already sliding.
That's a big hit. That is a big hit.
Yep. If you look at his rear from that, he was already sliding on the entrance into the corner. If you watch his rear left, really gets loose on him. He comes up over the hill. There he goes there. He's already sliding, and that's just a one-way ticket into the wall. So that's Sergio Capella all the way down. Currently in 15th place. Been fast repaired again, and he's on his bike. So there you go. Sergio Capella is out at it. Eric Hannois and Mike Busson second back currently at the moment. So there we go. So stay tuned for this one, because you're not going to want to miss this one coming in, because it will be happening, we reckon, within the next couple of laps here tonight. So stay tuned, guys, because it's only going to get spicier, because we do believe some have got to take their second pit stops. That's what we think anyway, don't we?
Yeah, there's going to be quite a few that still need to stop. We know that McHutchinson should be good to go. We know that Walters should be good to go. There's a few that have stopped twice, but for the most part, you know, Ty Kim, Mike Busson, Karakopoulos, Eric Hannois, I believe they're probably all 3 or 4 of them are going to have to stop again, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the interesting thing, how this works out with pit stops. Oh, Tolman's on the grass. Here comes Graham Brown. He's going to be looking round the outside currently at the moment. Job done for Graham Brown, helped out by Marco Tolman venturing onto the grass. Now, what about this man? I fear where you are, Mr. Damien G. Oh, that angle is not ideal, really. You can't really see what he's caught.
It looked like he came over, he catches the inside curbing here in the grass, which shoots him a little too far over. He tries to correct and just loses the rear end.
Yeah, there's not a lot of views where we can actually see that, unfortunately. So there we go. The lights are on now as well. So lights on here this evening as we now drop down into early evening here in Australia. What currently is the time? It is 5:10 in the evening. I would say current track temperatures, but clearly it's kind of for some reason beyond there. 24 degrees track temperature at the moment. 5:05 in the evening in Australia. Lights on already?
I mean, did we find out what the date was today in Sim? Is it August? Because you're coming down to the end of winter, early spring, so
yeah,
it's the opposite side of the world. So
yeah, but that early?
I mean, you're coming out of the end of winter. You got to think it's the opposite of the northern hemisphere, so maybe a little early, but I don't know.
I don't know.
It does seem a little early now that I think about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
I do got a question. Would you be more concerned during the day or during the evening about kangaroos? Because they do have kangaroos that are quite frequently seen on the track.
Yeah, they do. But the chances of you seeing one in Sim.
Well, in Sim, no. But if this was real life, would you be more concerned during the day or more in the evening time? I'm just curious. I don't really know too much about kangaroos. I just know that they're all over the place in Australia.
I'm not really the person to ask. I think I'm gonna I'd have to pass that question over.
Figure out Biggles. Yeah, Biggles knows the answer to that.
Yeah, I think that's a Biggles question.
I do know that is a common occurrence here on the track.
Yeah, but apparently
in real life that is.
Apparently it is, but no, by all accounts, that would be a Biggles question. So, yeah.
There's so many little things about this track that today when I was doing some research, just so many little things just jumping out at me about the track that were just so interesting. Every single turn just had some sort of story about it, some sort of historic meaning. You know, the track itself is just full of history and just very colorful history.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. Oh.
Bless you. As we see Ty Kim coming into the pits, Eric Hanoi has gone into first place.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, bless you.
Yeah, thank you. It's random sneezes here as we see Marco Tolman. He's going to make the move on Graham Brown. Coming down Conrad Straight. Here we go. Job done again. Tolman clears Brown after they swap positions due to Tolman making an error. As you say, Ty Kim. Has he been in? He's had his 2 stops.
I think this was his second stop. Busan just went in for his second stop as well. So we see him fall back into 8th place behind Place.
Oh.
That looks like cold tires.
Oh, man. Okay, we've got a collection. What has happened to you, Mr. Rolliston? Oh, he's already out of control. That is what happened to David Rolliston, and this is what happened to Mike Buson. Same thing.
Keep it out of the wall, though, isn't he?
Should be able to, but what did he do here?
But I saw some damage on him.
Yeah, he has some parts of it flailing. Ah, hold on. Oh no, for the end of that. Hold on. If we have a look back.
Looks like coming out of forced elbow.
Yeah, it comes down the bottom. He drops straight down and just goes straight on.
No grip. No grip.
And that is what happened to Mike Buson, and that is why he is there again, as is David Rolliston. So,
Austin's day is over, it looks like.
yeah, Mike Buson not looking too clever at the moment. So, let's see how he's going on. Mike Buson back out now. He won't. Is he out? It looks like he could be out.
Looks like he's out.
Oh, poor Mike Buson there. Absolutely gutted for him there tonight, because I wasn't expecting him, of all people, to go and tag the wall. But he kind of did. And unfortunately, that was it. So, yeah, bit of a shame. Bit of a shame for Mike Buson, but happy days currently for Eric Hanoi. Got to decide what he's going to do about his second pit stop, though, because we're under the 29 minutes to go. And he needs to get them done before the last 10 minutes. So
19 minutes left to get it done.
Problem is, John McHutchinson's only 17 seconds down the road.
Yeah, this is really working back into McHutchinson's favor. He's only 6 seconds behind, almost 7 seconds behind Ty Kim. Karakopoulos still needs to come in for a pit, as we know Hanoi does as well. So, I mean, the de facto leader at the moment is probably Ty Kim. He's really kind of lucked out with that accident that McHutchinson had, but McHutchinson has really worked his way back up, and we'll see if he can catch on to the back of Ty Kim here and in this last half hour, see if they can have a really tight battle for first.
Ooh, the question is, what do you think? Do you think that Ty Kim 6 second gap? He's done his 2 pit stops. Okay. Eric Hanoi says 18 seconds back. Well, no, it doesn't, because now the timing screen's put him at 6 seconds.
I think this is going to be really interesting as we get towards the end here.
Must have been interesting for Ivan Bramer. Going down into... Oh, dude, you are more experienced to go and accelerate on a curb. Ivan Bramer there. Gary Truby. A bit worried where he is. I'm going to say cold tyres, left-hander, over-acceleration into the left-hand wall.
We've seen this happen today, but he was able to keep it out of the wall, so that was a good save.
Clearly another part of the track where they're able to have that sort of, how can I put it, got that gap there, haven't they, to manage to survive, I guess. Just about between the two walls where they don't have that trouble. Graham Brown still having their own little scrap with Marco Tolman. So let's keep an eye on that one and see how this materializes here with these guys, and see how they come. This is your current closest battle on track. From Graham Brown's point of view, though, what do you think he's got to do now to try and get past Tolman? Because Tolman's no slouch. So, you know, I think from Brown's point of view, would you kind of think, you know, I'm going to sit here and wait? Because if they keep swapping places, this could go on all night. You know, they could be at this for the next 45 minutes, couldn't they? Or
Yeah,
25 minutes, sorry.
Whoever the trailing car is gonna have to, like, we already seen him take about 3/10 out of him just from that draft alone. Whoever the trailing car is towards the end of the race is gonna have the advantage, I think. Right now, if you're Tolman, you saw him kind of weaving there on the straight to try to break that draft, and it wasn't really working. As we see Brown really starting to catch on to the tail end here. I mean, if you're the lead car, you got to do whatever you can through the mountain to get ahead and get a, you almost have to send it as much as you can to break that draft, because the draft is so strong here.
Send
you have
it.
that. You have to. You've got to send it. If you're the lead car of these two, you have to send it through the mountain. You can't take any chances. I mean, maybe it might be a little too early at the moment, but the closer we get to the end of the race, you're gonna have to.
Yes. I don't know about sending it, mate. I wouldn't want to send it.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Just sit there and be a sitting duck on the Conrad Straight? You got to do something.
Yeah, but you can't send it. Where would you send it to?
Okay. He just, yeah. Maybe I misspoke with the send it. I mean, you just gotta be aggressive, be very aggressive through the mountain stage, which it looks like he was, and it backfired on him.
See?
Maybe send it was the wrong terminology there.
Yeah,
but,
you think? Because Marco Tolman tried to send it, and this is what the results were for Marco Tolman. He knew. He knew that was going to happen, and you could see it on his face.
You got to feel for him.
Yeah, but you just got to kind of realize that it happens. Yep. It happens, and I suppose from his point of view, he gets to go do his second pit stop. John McHutchinson, if John is still going to the end of the race, currently jumped Dennis Kiriakopoulos and Eric Hanoi. Graham Brown, has come out right in front of Mr. Hanoi there. So stay tuned for the next 23 minutes as these guys are going to be hurtling along quite nicely here.
Graham Brown has quietly had a very consistent race. He's up 4 positions from his starting point.
Do you know what I'm worried about now? We're going into this corner. Eric Hanoi's just come out of the pits. And unfortunately he's come out.
Tired.
Oh, he made it round. Okay, cool. Because I was a little bit worried that that's where that was going to end up going.
Yeah, we've seen it happen already.
Yeah, and one of them was to John McHutchinson, the championship leader. So, you know, if he's going to do it, anybody can do it. As we see Marco Tolman and Ivan Bramer. So Marco's just on his way out. I think Ivan has just gone in. There he is.
It's like Bramer's had another contact there.
Yeah.
But that might have been from previous lap where he caught the outside and tried to accelerate on that curb there in the Murray corner.
Yeah, never good when you try and accelerate on a curb. And, you know, Ivan does know that, but it's a bit of a tough one. I think Mike Bousson has parked it for the day. I think he is done and done. Let's have a look and see there if he is done. So we can see if Mike... see if we come and get in for a chat. So see if Mike will jump in. He might be going to have a shower or something normally after he has a finishes racing. So Graham Brown is in front, is in the pits. Looks like he's only just going in and lost a place to Dennis Kiriakopoulos. Doesn't look like he should lose a place to Niad Gluskic. Don't get me wrong. There is always this possibility that he might. Pit lane times round about 30 odd seconds. Here is Niad now. Graham Brown is still in the pits. There is Graham. There is Niad. Next on the list is Stephen Place. Do you know, I get this horrible feeling he's going to come out right in front of this man. They're going to resume their battle. Marco Tolman. Oh, Graham jumped Tolman. So that's a cool, good second pit stop for Graham Brown. Has got about a 5-second gap to Marco Tolman. So, yeah, the pit stop worked out well for Graham Brown there as well. As we can see, the two BSR boys, Gary Truby and Damien G, meeting up on track. This is your current closest battle on the circuit at the moment. And I think, from my point of view with Bathurst, you know, it is a long track. It is easy for cars to get spread out, as we can see currently on the track map on the right-hand side. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, there is a strong draft, but there's also the opportunity to really stretch out, like you said. And, I mean, it kind of has the best of both worlds, though, in that, and the fact, though, that you have so much action and so many tight sequences, and yet you still get these. It shows the difference between your leaders and your back markers quite dramatically.
Very diplomatic way of putting it, though.
I don't mean to be rude. Everybody here on this track is definitely 100 times faster than I am. So please don't take that the wrong way.
Yeah, probably you and me both, mate, to be honest. So Gary Truby and Damien G now 7 tenths out of the battle. It looks like Truby is a little bit quicker than G. Last lap.
In the pit lane now.
Yeah, Nia Gluskic is into the pits. Got a funny thing. Graham Brown should make that position back. There he goes. So should Marco Tolman. It's whether or not David Walters, oh no, Niad's out. Niad is out. Oh, this could be interesting.
He's pushing.
Yeah, he's out. 36 second stop there. David Walters is just coming round turn 1. 7.5 seconds back currently at the moment. So, but then again, David Waters has been all the way down to the back of the grid and is back up into 9th. So, you know, climbed along steady and doing his bit tonight as well. So, looks like Damien G passed Gary Truby. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, Gary.
Your frustration.
Yeah, I wonder. He may have tapped the front here, but I'm wondering if the back was done because he reversed into the wall. So there's a slight little tap. Watch.
Oof. Yeah, you're right. I didn't notice that the first time around.
And he'd reversed back to try and turn the car around. Don't know if he realised how much of a gap he had. And went and rear-ended the wall. So I think Mr. Truby, I can't remember how many he's been involved with, but I think he probably is going to be nearly done for fast repairs. So I think that's why Gary Truby is still going on track, currently in 12th place. Ty Kim has gone about and done his business. Just turned PC off. Well, that went wrong fast. Mike, did you not have any fast repairs left? Because I haven't seen you do any other mistakes. So did you not have any fast repairs left that you could have carried on with? So there you go. Question for you. So let's see what we get as an answer there from Mike Bousson. John McHutchinson currently in second. 4.9 seconds now. And that's because of John's 158.46 compared to Ty Kim's 159.11.
Mark Hutchinson has definitely cut down. He was at about a 6.3, 6.4. Got it down under 5 seconds here.
Marco Tolman is out as well. Did we watch?
Looks like Michael Bousson said he used up all of his fast repairs.
Oh yes, we watched that one from Marco Tolman. When? When else did you hit a wall, Mike? I'm so confused because we've literally just saw that one that we had. Hold on. Yeah, that's the end of the one you had. Because you punted it into the tyres here on the right-hand side, just like that. You managed to get it back. When else did you hit a wall? As he got himself scrolling back through every notification. And I can't see any for you, Mike. So I'm a bit confused. So there you go. Ivan Bramer currently back up in tonight. He's had a bit of a torrid race, Ivan, really. Oh, Marco Tolman's computer crashed. Marco Tolman. PC crashed. And that's why he is currently out of the race. So, yeah. That's not good. But then again, mine did that in the middle of a broadcast on Thursday. So, literally just crashed out on me. So, you know. Been there, done that, unfortunately. The joys and love of every time we turn on our PC to go and bring people, the masses of the world, bring on the sultry sound of my voice, and the PC goes and crashes. So there you go. Unfortunately, didn't quite get to hear the full sultry sounds of my voice. You know, as we can see, John McCutcheon climbing down Ivan Bramer. Using Ivan probably now, from John's point of view, trying to use Ivan's draft to try and close up to Ty Kim. I think that's probably the best way to go about where John is at the moment.
He's just got to be careful following him through the mountain. But yeah, I agree. The smartest thing he can do right now is just kind of stick behind him. We got about, 13 minutes left. Stick behind him to try to use him to get a little closer to Ty Kim and see if he can bring that 4-second gap down. He's already dropped another half a second on him. He was at the 4.9, now he's down to 4.4. So he's definitely gaining, and this draft is definitely going to help.
Yeah, 13 seconds, 13 minutes to go here as well. Ty Kim's upped his pace a little bit. It's down to 1:58.53. John McCutcheon still quicker on last time out on a 1:58.24. John here with the fastest sector times in Sector 3. And we can have a look at their ones from John McCutcheon and Ty Kim. So see the sector times currently on the bottom of your screen. 0.056. Kim was quicker in Sector 2. He's been slower in 1, 3 and 4. So there you go. Mike, clumsy mistakes are pitted early and all out of sequence. Oh, dude. Never mind, mate. Sad times. I'm sure you'll be back next week for 2 weeks' time for Interlagos. Don't forget, not next week, okay? Not next week. Lap 35 at lap 37. Let me go the other way on John's lap times. Yeah, look, he's pulled out half a second over at least 2 laps. He's just done it then as well. John just done a 1:58.01. Wow.
It's insanely fast. It is insanely fast.
I wonder if that's because he's upset with himself.
Well, I mean, that was kind of a silly mistake for an alien.
Yeah.
But it's also, you know, this it doesn't matter who you are. This track is unforgiving to everyone. It just is what it is.
Oh,
Even
no.
here.
Oh, no, I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, Ivan Bramer. Hold
you
on,
just can't
no.
catch a break.
No, let's have a look at this one first. Is this the one we watched earlier on? Yes, because he reverses into the wall. So this is Ivan Bramer now on that run up into the cut-in. I heard it in my earphones.
Just gotta lose. How many times have we seen that today?
Yeah, and how many times am I going to see this one? Damien, you overrun it into turn one. You see when you brake there, your gears were literally squealing to try and stop you there, bud. So Ivan Bramer is in the wall. Damien G has been round. Gary Truby's been round. Sergeant Capella's been round. Tolman's PC lost a crash. Buson decided he'd quit out anyway because he'd used all of his fast repairs. Only joking, Mike. Chill out. I appreciate if you're going to be sat there for 20 minutes, it's not ideal to stay in. So I'm only playing. Nia Gluskick is still running. He's got David, the ever-flying David Waters. He's done well, David Waters, since he come back after his initial incident, didn't he?
Yeah, this has been a great recovery drive for David Walters. I'm really impressed by the way he was able to kind of shake it off and really make some moves back towards the front of the. He's probably not going to finish where he wanted to, but I mean, going from 15th a lap down back up into 8th, possibly 7th place here, it looks like he's going to make this move someplace here in the mountain. It almost looks like. Clearly, he's going to have it on the Conrad Straight. So yeah, it's been a great recovery drive for him. I don't think he's going to have the time to catch Brown, but he should easily clear Glusick.
Yeah, I think my fear is that.
Yeah, he was getting a little too close there.
Yeah, I think from Waters' point of view that if he hadn't over jeopardized that, he could have got it here. You know, he's now nearly 6 attempts out. Can he still get it? Unless Gluskick lifts off and lets him through.
Yeah, that was a little too aggressive there through the mountain. There was no real reason for that. You weren't actually going to make that move through there.
No, and I think that's the thing. I think he knew he was quicker. So unless the frustration kicked in and he thought, I need to get past him. I need to be on my way. I've got 9 minutes to catch Graham Brown. My lap times are nearly 2 seconds quicker. There's a possibility if he can clear it now or soon. 2 seconds quicker.
Come around.
Yeah, he's got to. It's going to be a tight one, but he's got to kick. He's got to clear Gluskick soon, because if he doesn't, he's not going to get up to the back of Graham Brown.
He might be able to get it here into Griffin's Bend. See how strong the draft is down the mountain straight. Up, trying the inside.
He's just got to send it. He's got to send it.
He's not going to have it. He's not going to have it.
That's another lap.
Too far back.
And the problem is the gap's gone out to 13 seconds within that short period of track time when he only had that second gap initially. And I think that's where you can understand the frustrations, because he wanted to try and clear him and he couldn't.
Yeah, but you got to make it. You got to make your choices like a little clearer. You know, it's just so hard to get by a car, get too wide through this mountain section. Like, he really should have backed off there and just waited until he got into that final straight, because he clearly had the speed on him. There was no real reason to push the way he did.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's because he knows where he's faster and he wasn't expecting Nia to be slower in that specific section.
Well, obviously we're not in the car, so he's going to know that better than we will. And that's definitely an opportunity. But now here, 3/10 coming onto the straight, he should have it, no problem here.
Get him behind him.
Yeah, that was.
Sorry, it was a bit
questionable.
Bit aggressive from me there. Sorry, David Waters. Please don't shoot me. You need the inside line, bud. Come on, send it. Send it. Oh. That beginning.
I will say, it looks like Karakopoulos is 5/10 off of Hanoi for 3rd place. They're getting pretty dicey there for the top for the final spot on the podium.
6 minutes remaining.
McCutcheon's also got that gap down to 3.2, so have to keep an eye on them as well. He just, oh man, 157.9. What a lap. What a lap.
157.93 from John McCutcheon. He is flying. Nearly 5 attempts quicker than Ty Kim. However, Eric Hanoi is not going to have that luxury at the moment, because Dennis Kiriakopoulos is only 3 attempts back from him as well. David Walters is 2 tenths now. I'm surprised he didn't get it on that last run.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't stick up behind him. He got wide like he knew he was going to be faster than him throughout the whole length of it. But I mean, that's part of this track, is that draft through there is just so strong. I'm not sure I agree with him moving out the way he did.
No, I would be now. This would be it. My nose would be wherever he is on track.
Yeah, no, stick him up right behind him and catch that inside line.
Yeah. It's whether or not it's not close enough. He doesn't seem close. He doesn't even seem to be making a difference. 3-4.
That's strange, because he was just completely dominating him. He was so much faster until he got up. Maybe you think there might be some kind of like damage to the front end that he caught there?
The only thing I'm wondering is when he went up behind him in the dipper, was there contact there enough that David Walters cannot clear him because of his top end? Is that the problem? That it's squashed the front back and it's forcing, there's no visible damage there. But something must be going, because he didn't close the gap.
I agree. I think there's something there. We'll see. We'll take a look here out of Hell Corner, up the mountain straight here. He's right on his bumper, but he's probably still too far back to make. He's gonna try it. I thought wiser of it.
I don't know. It seems a little bit weird that last one, he wasn't really making any headway on him.
No.
He's quicker through here. He can see it visually that he is. So why are you quicker there? And then on the straight, you don't close up. That draft is out at 6 tenths. You can pull the draft at 6 tenths and still be down at 2 tenths by the time you hit the chicane. But you're going out at 3 tenths and you're... Oh!
What happened there?
Oh,
he lost it himself.
Curb.
I thought there was contact.
Yeah,
but no.
he hit the curb. Oh!
Yeah.
Ooh.
David Walters' heart rate's probably through the roof right now.
I think it's Brown.
He's calm now, but like through that, he's probably
Code Brown.
Oh.
There for them guys there as Nia Gluskic really lost it in front of David Walters, and harsh again in it.
Karakopoulos is really on the back of Hanoi on this one. See if he's got it coming out of the
Capella
forest corner
as well. Oh no, Capella's out now, isn't he? So Capella's still running. He is still running. He's chasing down the very bent up wing of Gary Truby. Here is Hanoi and Kyriakopoulos as these guys go down the straight. Eric Hanoi, a football commentator from Norway. There as well. If you don't follow Eric on Twitter, you can hit him up as well. He does football commentary for the last 20 years in Norway. Does Eric Hanoi. Very active on Twitter, I mind you. There's always something he posted somewhere. You do have to, if you're English though, I will say you got to translate his tweets because they are in Norwegian most of the time. So I do have to translate them before I read them, which sounds incredibly stalkerish now. I say it back in my head, but he's got a lot to say. I'm just interested in what he's got to say. Normally him in a football stadium, I'm not going to lie. There's Mr. Eric Hanoi there. As we look at Darius Kyriakopoulos coming in now. Gonna be on the final lap of the race, if I'm not mistaken. Barney should be waving. Yep, Barney's waving on the left-hand side. Last lap of the race. This man, well, since John put it in the wall, he's kind of just pulled away, and he's led from start to finish. Well, almost start to finish after the first set of pit stops. Done a stellar job.
Nice, quiet, consistent. His lap times have all been very steady. We know Mick Hutchinson has put on some extremely fast laps, but Ty Kim has just kept his head down and just followed through as we see him coming around here. Looks like he's about to take the checkered flag. It's been a great race for Ty Kim.
Yep, Ty Kim comes along now, takes the victory here tonight at Bathurst. John McHutchison 5 seconds out down the road. This is it now.
This is going to be close.
Who's going to hold this?
1/10 away.
Hanoi's made one move. What is that camera angle about? What is going on there?
Going in side by side.
Oh, Eric!
Spray! Oh. That was brave. That was brave. I don't know if I agree with that.
I can't see. I need to see from here. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
No, not sure at all. Looked like Eric went in, maybe drifted a little bit wide. Comes across the line in fourth place. Sure, I might hear all about it. Kyriakopoulos there in third. Stephen Place is coming across the line in fifth. Let me know in chat what you think of that. That was quite a dramatic ending here in Bathurst as Stephen.
You want to say real quick, Stephen Place up 10 positions from his starting point. This has been a great race for him.
Just plodded along, didn't he? Didn't really see much about him. Just went along doing his business.
Yeah, just
you know what I mean? Like
very solid.
It was like went for a dog going for a walk in the park and doing his business. That was it for Stephen Place. Not quite sure he'll probably like that analogy of him, but I know what I mean, Stephen. Don't you panic about it. Graham Brown coming across the line. David Walters up. See, I think, between him and Stephen Place, he's done a stellar job as well as David Walters, because he was all the way down in 15th at one point. So I think David Walters has done an absolute stellar job there as well. So here are your final race results this evening. From Bathurst, Ty Kim in first place, John McHutchison in second. Then it's Kyriakopoulos in third, Eric Hanoi fourth, Stephen Place fifth, Graham Brown sixth, David Waters seventh, Nia Gluskic eighth, Ivan Brayman ninth, Damien G 10th, Gary Truby in 11th, Sergio Cabela in 12th. Non-finishers after Margot Tolman in 13th, Mike Busson 14th, and David Rolliston in 15th place. So we'll just wait to see if we can have people in to the interview box. I'd love to get this man's point of view. It's whether or not I'd love to get it, but it's whether or not I want it. So let me see here if I can get who I want in the booth. And see if he'll come and join me because, do love a good old chinwag with these guys after, who will come and tell me about their race. So let me find out if I can get a couple of people in for a chat with us. It was an interesting one, wasn't it? Because it had that lull in the middle of an endurance race, didn't it? But we're more of an endurance sprint for the hour and a half. But it had the lull in the middle, but then they all kind of come together at the end. It was quite weird, quite bizarre.
Yeah, it was funny because at the beginning of the race where you kind of expect more of the incidents to happen, it was pretty clean. And it wasn't until they started stretching out and guys were by themselves that, they started tapping the wall here and there and, kind of making mistakes. I almost wonder if maybe they were more mental mistakes because it's such a long and intricate race. It was kind of strange that the incidents didn't really happen until midway through the race and then towards the end.
Yeah, it was. They. I don't know. I know there's Mike Busson, who we can see in chat, is going to be a little bit upset with himself as well. Here is the man I want to have a talk to as well. Mr. Hanoi, you are live. Please don't swear. You know this already. How are you?
Well, no need for swearing. Do you think?
No, I'm just checking, because it can be frustrating, can be you know, at the end of the race, last lap, third corner from the end, coming together with Mr. Kiriakopoulos?
Yeah, I know that he's a fair driver, and I was watching the replay, and we both had room on each of our side. So I think it's a racing incident. I tried to stay kind of in the middle when we came to the right turn after the long straight before the downhill, so he would not get that much space. He hit me a little bit, and I lost a little bit control of the car, and I came back, and then I hit him, and then he hit me, and I mean, he's a fair driver, and I'm also a fair driver. I like to think of myself as a fair driver, so I think this is just a racing incident. You just have to deal with it. I don't really think that any of us did anything wrong. That's my opinion.
Okay, no worries. In general, though, you had a good race, didn't you? You know, one point you were leading.
Yeah, well, that was because of the pit strategy. But
Eric,
I told you,
we don't tell anybody that. We just say that you just say that you were leading.
I told you last week that I very rarely do big mistakes. I'm probably a bit too slow, but that's why I don't do much mistakes, if you know what I mean. I don't take too many chances. So I knew that I could drive for 90 minutes without problems. I saw Bossum had a mistake, and Dennis had a mistake when we went into the pit. So, but generally, I'm half a second too slow. But then again, I take too much safety.
But what was your off-track count?
I think I had a 0 ink incident one time. I don't know if I got any incident points.
Because I'm just thinking, because you get your 5 bonus points, don't you, if you get 0?
Yeah.
So there are times when being cautious.
No. Wait. Dennis hit me, then I get 4.
Oh well, yeah. If you get 4, then obviously
that contact definitely would have given you at least something.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, you would have had 4. But, you know, there's still bonus points in it there for you there as well. But overall, good evening of racing. Interlagos in 2 weeks' time. You're looking forward to it?
2 weeks? Not this weekend?
No, it's my birthday. I put this day off.
It's 2 weeks to the next race? Okay, I didn't know. I thought it was this Sunday.
Right, well, I'll make sure an announcement goes out. But, 2 weeks.
Okay.
All right. Is that all right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I'm going to go celebrate my birthday. Is that okay?
Yeah, you deserve it.
Yeah.
Have a good birthday.
I will do, mate. And, good race. Well done on your 4th place. And I'll get to see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, and happy birthday in advance.
Take, mate. Take care. Right, so we're going to bring in, I haven't spoken to this gentleman yet, partly because he's had always things to do, so I'm going to bring him into the booth. Tai Kim, welcome in. How are you?
I'm good. How about you, sir?
Well, you've just called me sir. That's it. I'm made up now, mate. You know what I mean? Done.
Great.
Great to hear. Yeah, great. I'm easily pleased, mate. Easily pleased here in the booth. Good race for you. Fortunate as well. But overall, once you got into that first place, you just kind of dominated, really.
I saw the John thing. I mean, he made an error on the outlap on the cold tires, I guess.
Yeah.
That's how I won. Otherwise, I was down on pace. So it doesn't really feel like winning.
So even though
you were down on pace, but you were consistently putting in 158s. You had a great steady race.
Right, but then John was actually able to catch me back up in the end. After second pit stop, 6 seconds gap, it was down to 3 seconds, so it was pretty close.
Yeah, well, John was on he was on a mad charge. At one point, he did the fastest lap of the race on 157. I think at that point you were still doing mid.
Pick up the pace up right away after I saw him picking up the pace. So yeah, it was pretty close.
Yeah, and you guys did a 158. You know, you're midway. You joined us midway through the season. Are we going to see Tai Kim at the beginning of next season for the new structured event?
It depends how my schedule pan out with the European schedule. So I don't know, to be honest.
Well, they're doing an Americas and a EU schedule, aren't they?
Right. Also, the car is different, right? It's a
it's the SR10.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble getting used to with the car right now. So
yeah, me too. I don't
Yeah,
like it.
I won't be that good, to be honest. But
No,
we'll see.
I don't like it, Ty. Don't you worry about it, mate. I've vocal aired my opinions here on the broadcast before, where I've turned around and said I don't like it. So not a popular man, but there you go. It is what it is. Well, Ty, congratulations on your first place, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for Interlagos.
Right, great. Thank you very much.
No worries. Take care there. That's Ty Kim. Now, I want to make this a one-time deal that I actually get to speak to John McHutchinson about a mistake. The first time ever, okay, this season I've actually get to talk to John McHutchinson about a mistake. John, cold tyres. David Waters did the same thing about a lap earlier than you in exactly the same place. What happened, John?
I thought I'd just give you something to talk about, James. You know how it is.
Mate, I love a good
An hour
old
and a half
thing.
race.
Yeah, I love it, having a chat about you anyway, most of the time, to be honest. But normally I'm talking about how you're dominated by about 20 seconds. This time you provided me with something other than that, and an incident going into the cutting.
Yeah, you called it right. Just get caught out in the cold tyres, heavy fuel. Just braked too late and flipped it, round it went. Hit the wall, bent the steering. Black and orange flag, I think it was. I had to pit, so game over. I gave it my best to catch him back.
Now, that's the thing I want to talk about, right? We were talking up here in the booth, and we were saying that, on a silver lining, and I know there's not many generally when you have an incident like that. Now, David Waters was unlucky. He couldn't get it back to the pits. He had to tow. His steering was bent up. He was turning the wheel. Not a lot was going on. So he unfortunately lost a lot of time in the tow. Now, you were fortunate enough that you got it back into the pits. But then we were saying that that's your second pit stop done then. You were just on for the straight sprint to the end, weren't you?
I fueled up in the first stop, and then messed up. And then I think I was just over 3 seconds behind him.
Yeah.
And I had a slight error coming down the hill. Skyline, I think it is, Skyview. Nearly hit the wall there, so. Then nearly crashed at Forest Elbow as well because I'd cooked the tyres.
Oh man, I would have been talking to you about 2 mistakes, and I don't want to do that in one race, John. That's definitely not. 2 weeks' time, we head to Brazil for the final thing. To be honest, John, I think you've pretty much got the championship wrapped up. I'd be surprised if the standards told me any different. You love Interlagos, I'm going to presume?
No, not really, no. It's not one of my best circuits. But I'll put some practice in and give it a go. I struggle in the infield for some reason.
Oh, okay.
I always have there, so.
Oh, well, that might be an ear opener to everybody else in the paddock. John McHutchison struggles on a track. I can see it on the Sun newspaper tomorrow morning. I mean, hey, John, give me some entertainment. I've got to entertain myself while I sit up here, you know what I mean? So there you go. But John, look, an outstanding race anyway. Battled you way back to second place, mate. So, overall, you got to be happy. So, well done to you.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, James, so.
Good.
Thanks for that.
No worries, mate. You enjoy yourself there, John, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Thanks a lot.
Right, we are bringing in Mr. Dennis Kiriakopoulos. Dennis, how are you?
Hello, James. I'm very well, and you?
Mate, I'm good. You know that. I get to talk about you and the amazing skills that the other drivers here in the FBL. And however, I do get to sometimes talk about moments that I think would shock me. And I think last lap, 3 corners from the end, we spoke to Eric already. From your perspective, what happened?
I reviewed the incident several times. He wanted to be as far left as possible to give me, because I was on the inside, so he wanted to make the job difficult for me, giving me as little space as possible. I didn't want to be as far on the inside as possible, so I went a bit towards the middle. He did the same, and unfortunately, there was a small contact, and I think his car was. He lost control of the car, and then he bumped into me. So hopefully he's fine.
Hopefully he's fine.
Crash against the barrier.
Hopefully he's all right. I'm sure he's I think the hospital come down, the air ambulance come down and visited Dennis. I think he's all right. Eric, Eric's a tough Norwegian.
I saw he still got fourth, so it's he lost the podium, but I think I was a bit faster. I was on the inside. I think I would have passed anyway.
Yeah, it looked tough one from our point of view, though, because I'm going to kind of go in a way. I'm not going to go against what you said, Dennis, because, you know, you're in the car. You can see that all yourselves. You didn't... Eric's... He said he was a little bit slower, right, which I get. But there was moments in that race towards that battle that you didn't seem to be making a massive headway on him. Were there parts of the track that he was quicker than you, or was it, you know... Because that's what it seemed from us. Because at one point your gap was really down low, and then by the time you got to the cut-in, it was out a half a second again.
James, you're totally right. Your analysis is on point. I think I was faster in the lower corners, like sector 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's impossible to overtake there. So every time I was gaining on him, but then he was very good just before the back straight on the left-hander, which goes down a bit, and I was
the forest elbow.
Time I was losing time just before the straight, so it was difficult for me to do a pass here. And on last lap, I managed to take a good corner, and I was close enough to do the overtake. But it's true that every single lap before that, I couldn't manage that left-hander, and he was super fast on that one.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. 2 weeks' time, we're in Brazil. Mr. Kiriakopoulos, how do you feel about Sao Paulo?
It's a nice track. I find it a bit with the, you know how we cut the corners with the side of the tracks. So we need to learn very well where it's off limits or in the track, and I think that it's gonna make a big difference for the race.
Absolutely. Well, Dennis, absolutely amazing race as always, young sir. Thank you so much for joining me in the booth, and congratulations on your 3rd place.
Thank you, James. See you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, take care. So there we go. That was Dennis Kiriakopoulos here in the booth with us. Final message from you, Mike. Did you enjoy yourself?
I thought it was a great race. I really had a great time today. I love the track. The car is very, very interesting. It's a fun car to drive. These guys are just so fast. That 157 blows my mind. But yeah, I had a great time, and I'm glad I could be here to join you. And I definitely want to say happy birthday. I know it's a little early, but I hope you enjoy your birthday next weekend.
I certainly will do, young sir. Right, guys, there we go. Hopefully my voice volume is working now, because it wasn't working the same first time as well there. So that's it from us. Another week done here at the FBL, and as we have stated, we will see you in 2 weeks' time. Please don't forget, it's 2 weeks, 28th of September, 28th of August. And look out as well, if you can, join the Discord. If you want to get involved, please do so. There's radical changes to this radical league. So please come and join us at the Discord if you want to get involved. There is talking about World Cups. There's all sorts of things going on currently at the FBL. So please come over, get involved, because I promise you really want to. Absolutely stunning league. New car, SR10. So yeah, absolutely outstanding. Well, that's it, guys. So as always here, rounding us out on this absolute epic Sunday evening, as always, from myself and Michael, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track.